A year ago, it was recovering from a temperature of 8,500 degrees, or the place where you are sitting was covered with ice for millions of years. Both these things are true. In this 15-minute video, you can see the journey of 450 crore years of the Earth. Are going to see. The place where our solar system is today used to be filled with clouds of various types of gas and dust. According to scientists, there used to be a star far away from the dust clouds. With time, the energy of the star started decreasing, due to which a huge explosion occurred. Due to the explosion, space dust started pressing against each other. During this, the dust particles located in the clouds were affected by pressure and heat. Due to large meteorites and letters, it had changed, and due to this pressure, the radioactive substances present in these clouds were not created by gravity. Due to this gravity, hydrogen and helium started gathering in the middle. Due to the pressure of youth in the middle, a huge explosion occurred, and due to this explosion, our sun was born. That the strata spread in space, i.e., due to the heavy weight of asteroids, come close to the sun and make an image of the sun. MP3s are engaged. There was a fruit collision in the last which fruit forms like Mercury, Venus, Earth and flesh. The planets were created by scientists. According to that time, from the Earth and Mother, i.e., the name given between Mars and Mars used to be the image of the sun due to gravity on the Earth. The ads that used to make the image of the sun now started making the image of the Earth, and gradually, it kept falling on the Earth for millions of years, and such incidents happened on our neighboring planets. It was happening here also, that due to which it started coming closer to the Earth and has been attracting us. Due to this terrible collision, parts of the Earth spread in space in the form of particles, and a ringed star started mirroring the Earth. While revolving around these particles, there was a collision due to which our moon was formed. Was built. That at that time there was only one sea on Earth. There used to be, and that was 1958. All the things that you know today by different names were boiling at a temperature of 100 Celsius. With time, the Earth was gradually cooling down, due to which heavy elements of sales like metals and radioactive substances gathered in the center of the Earth, and lighter substances came to the Earth's surface. For millions of years, rain fell on the Earth, and in these falling meteorites, salt, minerals and water for millions of years. It kept raining, and slowly the Earth, the upper surface seemed cool with water. Scientists. According to this was the time when microorganisms were formed for the first time from the volcanoes emerging deep inside the water. After millions of years, a time came when the upper surface of the Earth was tired of water, and the innermost core of our Earth was filled with radioactive material. Due to its structure, it keeps getting heated all the time, but whenever the Earth's surface becomes cold, the heat inside the Earth is not able to come out, due to which volcanoes are formed, and at that time something like this happened. It was covered with water. Thousands of volcanoes on Earth have also started doing. And for millions of years to come, the eruption of these volcanoes continued, due to which this land was being formed above the water. Even at this time, due to the absence of atmosphere on the Earth, meteorites were raining from space. About 300 crore years ago, there came a time on Earth when the Earth's atmosphere had become almost stable. The eruption of volcanoes had slowed down, and a day on Earth used to last only a quarter of an hour. Years passed by, and gradually micro-organisms evolved and lived in groups. The first one started about 250 crore years ago. Time such creatures were created on Earth. So, to survive, it was underwater. Minerals are minerals that use sunlight and release oxygen in the form of defecation. By this time, most of the volcanoes on Earth had stopped erupting, and due to these microbacteria, the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere was increasing. Due to this, the Earth's atmosphere began to form, and for thousands of years, the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere continued to increase, due to which this thought spread in most parts of the Earth. After thousands of years, a time came when the Earth had more oxygen. Due to the lack of oxygen in this thinking, by the time life and death began, the Earth, along with the cooling of the atmosphere, it was also filled with water, due to which the iron present in the ground and the atmosphere, i.e., the iron minerals present in the water, began to evaporate, and a time came when the Earth's land became as red as today's flesh. With the passage of time, the tectonic plates of the Earth started to crack, due to which the inside of the Earth, like the ground, remained boiling for millions of years, and this was the reason why the amount of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere increased a lot. An acid rain started on the Earth. Earth's temperature due to this wind. The temperature started decreasing, and after how many hours the water on top of the Earth started turning into ice. For the first time, the Earth was hit by a terrible eye. At this time the entire Earth was covered with white snow. Usually, when the sun's rays fall on the Earth absorbs those rays, but because the entire Earth was covered with a square and because the snow is white and shiny, the sun's rays go back after falling on the Earth. For this reason, the Earth was covered with ice for millions of years, but then the heat inside the Earth started coming out in the form of volcanoes. And emanating from volcanoes. Children in the depths of the Earth have begun to spread the heat. Some microorganisms were slowly changing, and now he is spending the off-season to make his body bigger, and meanwhile, small sea plants had started emerging from the water. As the volcanoes were coming out, the atmosphere was getting warmer due to carbon dioxide. With time the ice started to form. It started melting, but again, acid rain started on the Earth, due to which the Earth started getting cold, and then most of the Earth got covered with ice. This happens again and again for thousands of years. Remained, and for this reason now sea creatures gradually evolve according to the environment. Meanwhile, there were many creatures and sea creatures. The forests became extinct, but those that survived gradually adapted to the changing temperatures of the Earth, and after thousands of years, the sea trees did not die or dry up completely due to the microorganisms now plundering the sea. When the Earth's ice started melting again in the volcanoes, then these sea trees quickly developed and spread gradually. The amount of oxygen in the atmosphere started increasing, and the acidity on the Earth started decreasing after years of oxygen coming into the atmosphere. Due to this, the Earth's ozone layer started thickening. About 47 crore years ago, for the first time, a plant called boss started rising on the upper surface of the Earth. Remained, and for this reason now sea creatures gradually evolve according to the environment. Meanwhile, there were many creatures and sea creatures. The forests became extinct, but those that survived gradually adapted to the changing temperatures of the Earth, and after thousands of years, the sea trees did not die or dry up completely due to the microorganisms now plundering the sea. When the Earth's ice started melting again in the volcanoes, then these sea trees quickly developed and spread gradually. The amount of oxygen in the atmosphere started increasing, and the acidity on the Earth started decreasing after years of oxygen coming into the atmosphere. Due to this, the Earth's ozone layer started thickening. About 47 crore years ago, for the first time, a plant called boss started rising on the upper surface of the Earth. With time, different types of plants and trees started growing on the ground. There came a time when the trees on the ground had grown to about 80 to 100 feet tall, or as high as today's 5 to 6-story building. It was when the sea animals were coming out of the sea that the cops were changing into land animals. What we today know as the continent of Pangaea. The temperature had almost become stable, and now the day used to be 21 to 23 hours. Sea creatures started living out of water and the appearance of their body according to the environment. The land animals were changing slowly, due to most of the land being desert, and most of the forests near the sea had become barren. With time, different types of plants and trees started growing on the ground. There came a time when the trees on the ground had grown to about 80 to 100 feet tall, or as high as today's 5 to 6-story building. It was when the sea animals were coming out of the sea that the cops were changing into land animals. What we today know as the continent of Pangaea. The temperature had almost become stable, and now the day used to be 21 to 23 hours. Sea creatures started living out of water and the appearance of their body according to the environment. The land animals were changing slowly, due to most of the land being desert, and most of the forests near the sea had become barren. No name the Earth's atmosphere, and the district magistrate, who transformed into a dinosaur, started showing the trees and plants. His body started growing long and huge. Ganesha used to hunt, due to which he became smaller and faster than the Earth's upper ground gathered in one place. Most of the forests near the sea had become barren. used to be close in which the animal was the source. Pangaea began to break up significantly about 200 million years ago. Due to the splitting of Pangaea, most of the Earth's land came in contact with water, resulting in greenery on the Earth, which led to the channel source and more. The source may have become more diverse and vast. Source ruled the Earth for 300 million years from the next two pieces, at which time John used to rule the entire Earth from the sea to the land and the sky. There were terrible floods in the sea that started causing earthquakes and moving the modern Earth. That within a few hours the entire Earth. The Earth had become hell due to the harmful gases and dust in the atmosphere. Both sources have become completely extinct due to haunted villages and starvation. At this time, our ancestors used to live underground, due to which they were saved from this huge cataclysm. The Earth's atmosphere had become completely black and dark, due to which even sunlight was not able to reach the ground. Earth's trees and most of the animals became extinct. Due to dust and harmful gases in the atmosphere. It's raining on the Earth again. And then the Earth cooled and was covered with ice. But this time, the Earth's ice did not freeze for millions of years, and after 80 to 90,000 years, this ice started melting. As soon as the atmosphere on the Earth started becoming the same again, these small creatures started coming out of the ground. At that time the Earth's ice had started melting, due to which there used to be cold forests surrounding Africa. In the meantime, these land creatures changed into monkeys, but as the Earth started warming, anyway Africa. For the forest to be dry, to eat things from the forest. The monkeys started getting a shortage of food. These monkeys are on their feet in search of. Started walking so that they could meet others. Helped in hunting animals. Gradually, monkeys transformed into apes, i.e., vultures. These apes started spreading to other parts of the Earth in search of food, and gradually, the appearance of their bodies changed according to the weather there. With work we became tribals. We became tribal with weapons. With today's inventions, we are now slowly becoming human beings. We evolved from religion to family, we created language and culture, and with time we continued to evolve, and today, we have become the most developed species on this Earth. The Earth is almost ready to become what it is today. It has taken 450 crore years and many millions of years for us to transform from a small land-dwelling animal to a human being, but we have polluted and destroyed the Earth with these species more than any species to date would have done. Now again, we are polluting the Earth and increasing the amount of carbon dioxide. Scientists believe that huge changes are going to happen on the Earth again. What will the Earth be like in the future? We'll know in our next video. Music.